I miss you guys so much, so I just wanted to send you a quick video to say hi, to go over our lesson for Easter and Holy Week, and also to share with you a little bit about what I've been doing at home during this time. So one thing that I did today is I made my bed. And so now it's all nice and clean, and here are all my stuffed animals. Aren't they so cute? And then I also organized my closet and cleaned my room. So I was very proud of myself. Another thing that I've been doing a lot is cooking a lot more because I've been at home and trying out new things to make. I also started trying to grow my own green onion, so hopefully this gets taller. We'll see. Wish me luck. And then I've also been doing my work at home. So I know that a lot of you guys are doing school at home, and just like that, I've been doing some work at home. So I realized that many of you might not even know what I do for work, so I thought I would share a little bit more about that. So I work at this hospital called Denver Health. It's in downtown Denver, and usually I work in our therapy clinic. So many of you guys probably don't know what therapy is, but basically when kids feel really sad or down or worried or something scary happens, or they just need someone to talk to, then they come to see someone like me. So in doing that, I have been reading this book. It's called Why Therapy Works. It's basically about how my job helps people's brains change. So that's been good. I also have been using this. It's called the Coping Cat. It's for kids who feel really nervous about some things. So I've been using that, and I have been doing therapy on the phone. So that has been good and interesting, and I'm learning a lot as we try this new thing, just like I'm sure you guys are learning a lot as you guys do school at home. So that's been my work. I've also been trying to read more books because I have all these books and more over there that I just haven't read because I've had no time. But now I have time, so I'm trying to read more. I also really miss my friends and my family, so I have some pictures of them to remind me to think of them and to pray for them. So I have a picture of my family, my parents and my brother here. I also have this picture of some friends, so me and Megan, who actually also goes to our church, if you know her. So I really miss them, but I have been spending lots of time calling people and seeing people on video, so that's been really good. And I hope that you've enjoyed this random little tour of my apartment. I would love to hear what you guys have been doing and to hear from you guys too. And so now I wanted to share with you a little bit about our lesson for Holy Week and Easter. So today is Palm Sunday, which is the beginning of the week leading up to Easter, which also includes Good Friday and Easter Sunday, which is next Sunday. So I think Pastor Anna will tell you all about Easter and all about, how Jesus came to earth, died on the cross, and rose again because he loves us so much and wanted to save us from our sins and to be with us forever. So she's going to talk a lot more about that, I'm sure, but I also wanted to just teach you two things about Good Friday and Easter that are really important things to me. So I hope you guys still have your Jesus Storybook Bible. I don't know when you guys are going to watch this video, but I just wanted to share something about Good Friday, and I hope that you will read the chapter in the book with your families, which starts on page 302. So basically, Good Friday was a really difficult day. Okay, so Jesus, it was a time when Jesus, was forced to carry this cross, and, he died on the cross on Good Friday. And this was a time when so many Christians were either, denying God, denying Jesus, or they were so hurt and confused and scared because they were thinking, this God, this king was supposed to come and save us, and now he died on the cross. Like, what do we do? They were probably so scared and so confused. And so it was a very, very hard day. But I was reading a book earlier, and I learned the author said that as Christians, we are Easter Christians, but we must also be Good Friday Christians. So that means that, of course, we celebrate Jesus coming to life on the cross, or Jesus coming to life again, and celebrating that and being so happy. But we also need to remember that maybe like times like now when things are a little bit scary and it can be hard to feel like God is here, or to wonder where God is and what God is doing in all of this sickness and in this world, that we are Good Friday Christians too. That even when we don't feel it, even when we're confused, that God is working, that God has a plan, and that He is here, even when we don't feel it, and even when our world is not doing so great. So that's the first thing I want us to remember, that we are Good Friday Christians and Easter Christians. And then the second thing I wanted to share with you about is about Easter and what happened that day. So the Easter story here begins on page 310, so read that with your families also. But here we see that Mary Magdalene and these women were the very first people to discover that Jesus rose from the dead. So they saw Jesus, and at first they were so surprised, but then they were so happy. And do you know what Mary did? Mary was so excited that she ran to tell everyone the great news that Jesus was alive, that Jesus rose from the dead. And so what I want you to learn from this is that even though in this time people didn't really listen to women or to girls, and they were not thought to be very important, but even then, God chose Mary, God chose this woman to have such an important job to tell everyone that Jesus was alive again. Okay, so when girls, especially when you think about your life and what you want to do and how God is going to use you at church or at school or in your job or in your family, I want you to remember that God had such an important job for Mary and that He also has such an important job for you too. Okay, and boys, I want you to remember that as you think about your sisters and your friends and your future wives, to know that God had this very, very, very important job for everyone, including Mary and including girls and women today. So I want us to remember those two things. One, we are Easter Christians and Good Friday Christians. And two, that God has a very, very, very important job for women and for girls too. So I miss you very much. Happy Easter, and I hope to see you guys soon.